Hey, y'all, listen, welcome into the building. Happy Wednesday, okay? Listen, it's Trending Topics Wednesday. We're in the building and we're going to be here to talk about it. And I want to know why y'all mad? Why are y'all mad? Y'all dragging Jonathan Majors, our own brother, up and down these streets. You're dragging him down the New York streets that he ran from that chick from. He ran. He could win a marathon. Nike should be giving him a contract. He was running for his life. And y'all dragging this mad man because why? Because he said, I want my woman to be like Coretta Scott King or Michelle Obama. Is that the worst y'all ever heard? Do y'all listen to rap music? Where these rappers all day long be calling y'all beans and hoes and all that kind of stuff? They not uplifting y'all. No. They ain't talking about drop down low, spread it wide. And y'all be twerking to the music where they calling y'all all kind of filthy, nasty names. And all this man said was, be like Coretta. Even got her daughter coming out talking about, keep my mother name out your mouth. Girl! I'm just checking in. Why y'all mad? Let's talk about Vivica Fox. Vivica Fox. All she said was, I'm good. She didn't say, I hate Taraji. She didn't call Taraji a liar. She didn't do none of that. She did none of that. All she said was, I'm good. Have you ever worked at a job where maybe you got some complaints, but you come to your coworker and you tell your coworker the complaint? She said, and they be like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. That ain't happening to me. You could go ahead to HR. You could go over there with all that, but I'm good. I like my check. I got my insurance card here. Matter of fact, I'm going to the dentist tomorrow. So you go ahead to HR. I'm not coming with you because I'm good. You never heard nobody say I'm good. We got this petition here. We about to complain about the professor. Do you want to sign it? No, that professor ain't do nothing to me. I got an A. Got an A in this class. I'm good. We're going to talk about it. We're trying to talk about tonight why y'all mad. Then we got Teyana Taylor. We got Teyana Taylor. I don't know how long she was married to this man, but her and that man been married for a hot minute. Her and that man been married for a minute. Why is it once everybody get divorced, their estranged spouse was the devil? Sleeping next to the enemy. Why did you sleep next to the enemy for 10, 15, 20 years? Why did you birth the enemy with 3 kids? And now you want to wake up and tell us they the devil? Did you, after baby number 1, you didn't realize they was the devil? Okay, we're going to give you a pass. After baby number 2, you didn't realize they was the devil? You 3, 4, 5 kids later, now you say they was the devil and you ain't got nothing, you don't want nothing to do with them. I know she got 2 kids, but we talking about everybody tonight. Take accountability. You better preach in that chat, Emmanuel. Come on now. Come on now, Emmanuel. Wake up. Come on now, Emmanuel. You better run these streets tonight. You better run the streets on that platform tonight. Wake up. Take accountability. You've been with this man all this time, had his 2 kids. He was your everything. And now all of a sudden, he ain't even capable of being with the kids, because every time he with the kids, he smoked out and he high and all kinds of other stuff. Well, let me send. I guess the memo didn't get to everybody. So can I resend the memo? You like, Diva, what's the memo? The memo is, ladies, we chose that person, so we got to deal with him. If we decided to lay down with somebody, then we wake up and their seed is in us growing, and we birth that seed, we can't turn back the clock of time. Tag, he's the daddy. Y'all mad when the daddies leave, but then the ones that try to stay, y'all want to run them off because you want to call them deadbeat. They ain't capable. He shouldn't be around my kids. What we want? What we want tonight? Let's find out. Why are we mad? Why y'all mad? We're gonna find out tonight. And I didn't put him back on the docket because I'm gonna leave it alone for 2.2 seconds. But y'all mad at Cat Williams too. Y'all said he lied. He didn't read 3,000 books. That's what y'all said. The man said he's a runner. Now, he wasn't sitting up in the chair, thick as grits, with a pot belly, but he said he a runner, and y'all like that. No, prove it to us. What else do he got to prove? The man is middle-aged. He's tiny as I don't know what. He tell you he run, and y'all like, you a liar. So then he got to go do some video with him running and somebody timing him. I cannot with y'all. I'm just checking. We're doing a check tonight. Why y'all mad? Now let's do this here. One time I said don't buckle your seatbelts because it was going to be a smooth ride. I ain't going to lie tonight. Y'all better buckle your seatbelts. And listen, stand your ground because I'm going to stand mine. All that man said is be like Coretta, and y'all mad. Y'all want this man to do time behind bars because he said be like Coretta. Are we crazy right now? Have we lost our everlasting mind? I'm going to bring the people in the building, but listen to this too. With Vivica Fox, would you rather say, no, I'm on the food line begging for bread? All she said was, I'm good. Then y'all want to compare her career? She mad because she ain't got a career like Taraji. She happy over there on Lifetime. She cashing Lifetime checks. And y'all shading her. We're going to bring the people in the building. We ready to talk tonight? Hashtag Lifetime. You better come on, Roy, here. Hashtag Lifetime. Let's get the people in the building. We need a what, y'all? We need a choo-choo. Hold aboard, everybody. It's Wednesday night trending topics, and we about to bring the people in the building. If y'all don't want to talk, y'all go ahead, return your ticket. You will get a refund. Hit the unlike button, okay? But we're going to get into it tonight. And y'all better buckle your seatbelt. And don't catch feelings, just catch the train. Because I want to know why you're mad. And you better be able to explain and articulate why you're mad. Bring these people in the building.
Good evening, Auntie. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Listen, I have paramedics on.
Listen, and Wendy Williams style. How you doing?
How you doing? Listen, baby, we have paramedics on deck. They are ready just in case the train flip over. We have trained paramedics here to take care of the passengers tonight.
Come on now. You better talk about it. Come on now. The people coming in the building, y'all. The people are coming in the building. How y'all doing?
Hey, Diva.
Hey.
Well, hey, everybody.
Talk about
hey, everybody.
Since this is Hot 97,
hey, Felicia.
I'm mad because...
I'm listening to you. Why you mad, Julius?
I'm mad because these snowstorms and everything, this weather is getting real disrespectful, and I'm not liking it.
Child, listen, more buckle your seatbelt because we got stuff to talk about tonight. We want to start with our Jonathan Majors. Y'all going to have to talk to me when we come around to y'all. Why y'all mad? Because this man mentioned Coretta Scott King. And apparently, so is their offspring, the daughter. I'm going to need the daughter to go back in hibernation wherever she was at because I ain't hear nothing from her.
Mama is down in Atlanta continuing the legacy that her mother and father has built.
Is she down there being a Coretta? Because I haven't heard nothing from her. We ain't got no changes. See, Roy, you cannot come here because every time you come here, it's messy. We get messy.
Listen, I have my reasons, and I'm ready when you're ready.
Okay, listen. Well, first, you know what? Let's hear this Jonathan Majors interview. Where a lot of people said that he messed up doing this, that he shouldn't have did it. I mean, I think that no matter what Jonathan Majors does at this point, people are going to crucify him. And I think it's sad. We need to have a community meeting, because when one of our people go down, we throw stones. We don't go to the town hall and say, stop stoning him or her. We pick up a stone and we throw it too. Let's get into this. This is sad. Let's hear Jonathan Majors speak.
Jonathan Majors is facing the possibility of up to a year in jail after conviction on misdemeanor reckless assault and harassment in connection with an altercation involving his then girlfriend. He sat down exclusively with me for his first interview since his arrest, discussing the relationship at the center of the trial, the role that he says race played, and why he didn't take the stand. Why did you decide you wanted to talk now?
I felt like it was time. A lot has happened in my personal life, in my career, in the culture, and conversely, the impact of this. It's about responsibility and coming forward and being brave and giving my part of the story.
In an ABC News exclusive, actor Jonathan Majors sat down with me in his first interview since a jury handed down a guilty verdict for reckless harassment, a misdemeanor, and a violation of harassment in the second degree.
You know, I haven't seen my daughter in a long time. You know, and a lot of it has to do with this situation. It all has to do with this situation, and she needs to see this, and the hard things need to be done. But it's been hard. You know, everything's kind of gone away.
The 34-year-old actor was a rising star.
This is our family story.
Known for his roles in HBO's Lovecraft Country, Creed 3,
I'm coming for everything.
and Marvel productions like last year's Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
You're an interesting man. Scott Lang.
And it was on that movie set back in 2021 where he met 30-year-old British dancer Grace Jabari. The pair dated until March of 2023 when Majors called 911 the day after a fight that was caught on surveillance video.
What happened exactly? Do you know?
No, I don't know. But she's unconscious. She's my ex-partner. We broke up. I came back. She sent me text messages insinuating as much. I stayed in a hotel last night. I came home this morning.
Police found Jabari on the closet floor of their apartment. Majors was arrested by New York City police, accused by Jabari of assault, strangulation, and harassment, convicted last month, but acquitted of 1 count of assault and 1 count of aggravated harassment, meaning the jury didn't believe he assaulted her intentionally. Your reaction to that verdict?
Shock. I was absolutely shocked, and afraid. I'm standing there, and the verdict comes down. I say, how is that possible? Based off the evidence, based off the prosecution's evidence, let alone our evidence. How is that possible?
After the verdict, in a statement, Jabari's attorney wrote in part, "Justice was finally served today, proving that the truth can prevail even in the face of power. Grace did not choose to be in this situation. Grace has been publicly attacked as a result of her courage to testify to the truth, but her unwavering resolve to see this case through to the end was born out of her desire to give other survivors similar courage when justice requires." The prosecution has described your relationship with Grace Jabari as tumultuous and abusive. How would you describe that 2-year relationship?
I loved Grace. Our relationship was, it was not healthy, you know, and that began to reveal itself over time, but there was no abuse.
In court, Jabari claimed she sustained head injuries, but never said how she received them. Entered into evidence these partially redacted text messages from September of 2022. Majors writes, "It's just fake. And I fear you have no perspective of what could happen if you go to the hospital. They will ask you questions. And as I don't think you actually protect us, it could lead to an investigation, even if you do lie and they suspect something." Jabari responds in part, "I will tell the doctor I bumped my head. If I go, I'm going to give it one more day, but I can't sleep and I need some stronger painkillers. That's all. Why would I want to tell them what really happened when it's clear I want to be with you?"
This is literally a nightmare. I don't know what happened. I don't know what injuries you're talking about.
The July incident, 2022, where she says you started throwing things, including a candle. Tell us what happened there.
You know, we were in an argument. I was on the other side of the room, away from her, as I think she testified. And by my bedside table, I did a sweep, and I knocked over my candles. I completely lost my temper in that moment and threw it all on the ground. What she also said is that afterwards I wept and cried in the corner and said I was sorry and this. And I was, and I am.
The prosecution said you allegedly wrote, "I'm a monster, a horrible man, not capable of love. I'm killing myself soon. I've already put things in motion." Were you suicidal?
I've been diagnosed with severe depression, and I'm taking the steps needed to alleviate, some of those symptoms, ideations of removing myself from situations permanently is a thought that I've had, since I was a kid.
It all came to a head in March of last year when Jabari and Majors got into a fight, much of it captured on surveillance video and used as evidence in the trial. Jabari testified that it all began when Majors received a text from another woman. He says it read, "Oh, how I wish to be kissing you." So let's go back to March 25th for a moment. You and then girlfriend Grace Jabari are in the backseat of a chauffeured car. She sees a text from another woman. Things seem to spiral from there.
Yeah.
What happened next?
Yeah, the text from another woman. Again, I said at the beginning, I did that. I cop to it. I show her, right? It's in my hand. She grabs it. We scuffle for the phone. I pull the phone back. I receive my injuries. I open the door. I step out. She comes. Then one of the biggest mistakes of my life. I pick her up. I put her back in the car. I'm trying to get rid of her. I'm trying to get away from her. As the video shows, everything calms. We get out. We walk across the street. I escort her across the street. The moment we get across the street, she grabs me. She goes for the phone. I release. I get free of her and I run.
For blocks?
Yeah, for blocks.
Surveillance video also shows Jabari talking to three strangers. She testified they offered to get her home. One of the bystanders can be seen speaking to Majors, who gestures for Jabari to get back into the car. He eventually leaves without her and goes to a hotel for the night. Jabari leaves with the bystanders. She says inside the car, you hit her in the face,
Yeah.
twist her arm behind her back, fracture her middle finger.
Yeah, that did not happen.
What happened?
She went to grab the phone. I held the phone. I pulled the phone back. She came on top of me, squeezed my face, slapped me. That's all I remember.
So she ends up with a 1-inch cut behind her ear.
Laceration, yes, ma'am.
Fractured finger.
Yeah.
How did those injuries come about?
I wish to God I knew. That would give clarity. That would give me some type of peace about it.
But you're confident you didn't
I have
cause
no
them.
question.
What's interesting about the jury's verdict, it's so nuanced because they're saying you didn't intend
Right.
to injure her,
Right.
but the result of your recklessness
Right.
injured her.
Right.
Were you reckless?
I was reckless with her heart.
Not with her body.
Not with her body.
But never hit a woman.
Never hit a woman. My hands have never struck a woman, ever. When the actual testimony came, the driver said, she did everything, meaning Grace, he did nothing, referring to myself.
Majors claims Jabari attacked him, ripping his coat, scratching his face and arm. These are photos, he says, are of his injuries, but were deemed inadmissible in court.
My injuries were a scratch on my hand, from clawing for the phone, and I had a gash on my, at the time I had a beard. Under my beard, I had essentially a fingernail scratch on my cheek from pressure,
You chose not to take the witness stand. Why?
Yes, ma'am. The driver.
You felt that was compelling enough. He had said enough.
Well, not just the driver. She was doing everything, he was doing nothing. Well, that's what I was going to say. Mr. Majors, did you see any injuries on her? No, I didn't. Clinical experts, the detectives I spoke to, all who testified before I did. But after all of that, what was I going to add?
Jonathan, how do you feel During the trial, an audio recording was presented in court by the prosecution of Jonathan Majors and Grace Jabari during an argument.
How dare you come home drunk and disturb the peace of our house? Coretta Scott King. You know who that is? That's Martin Luther King's wife. Michelle Obama. Barack Obama's wife. My temper, my shit, my travel, blah, all that said, right? And let's say I'm a great man. A great man. I am doing great things, not just for me, but for my culture and for the world. That is actually the position I'm in. The woman that supports me, that I support, that needs to be a great woman.
There are some who question, especially in the Black community, as you're probably well aware, that people were saying, well, why was he telling this woman to be like Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama? Give us like the context of the conversation.
It was me trying to give an analogy of what it is I'm aspiring to be, these great men, Martin, President Obama, and trying to give a reference point to that. I was attempting, and I did a terrible job at it, apparently. I was attempting to motivate, to enlighten, to give perspective as into what it is I was hoping to get out of the relationship. I think that's fair.
In her closing argument, your attorney said that your greatest fear of being a Black man in America calling 911 came true, suggesting that race was a part of this. Do you feel that race is a part of this?
Yes.
I mean, of course it is, without question. I mean, that quote unquote guilty verdict, guilty verdict, no quote unquote, you might as well put that on my birth certificate.
Oh my God.
You think a white man facing the same allegations would have been arrested, charged, convicted?
No.
I'll take it further. If you watch those videos.
Come on, listen now. Listen.
And you reverse that. And you saw a Black man chasing a young white girl down the street, screaming and crying. That man is going to be shot and killed in the streets of New York City. That Black man will feel that.
Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg's office responded, saying in part that they do their speaking in court. Jabari's attorney responded to this interview saying, it is not at all surprising that Mr. Majors continues to take no accountability for his actions. His denigration of our jury system is not dissimilar from the above-the-law attitude that he has maintained throughout this legal process.
Oh my gosh.
The timing of these news statements demonstrates a clear lack of remorse for the actions for which he was found guilty and should make the sentencing decisions fairly easy for the court.
Wow.
Ms. Jabari will continue to speak the truth and seek justice in the appropriate forums in a continued effort to respect our legal process. Grace, as you know, was arrested and charged for assault, but will not face prosecution.
Right.
You have thoughts on that?
That's hurtful. That's really hurtful. And why is it hurtful? Because, again, I know what happened. Movies don't matter. Work don't matter. Yale education doesn't matter. In that moment, what I felt was, oh, I'm nothing.
Throughout the trial, Major's girlfriend, actress Megan Good, was right by his side. She was also present for our conversation.
You've mentioned Megan a few times.
Yeah.
We've seen her right by your side, going in and out of court throughout the whole trial.
Yeah.
How would you describe your relationship?
It's a miracle. She's an angel. She's held me down like a Coretta, you know. I'm so blessed to have her. You know, the relationship is still fresh, but you know, I think I found her. Yeah.
The one.
I hope she just stick with me.
Major's career as a rising Hollywood actor is now in limbo. Future appearances playing Kang the Conqueror in the Marvel Cinematic Universe have been scrapped.
You hear the verdict.
Yeah.
The same day Marvel drops you.
Mm-hmm.
Your reaction?
Same hour.
Oh, the hour.
Same half hour.
Oh my God, half
it's like
hour.
the world stopped.
Mm.
You know, it's like you work so hard for things, and then
boom,
it's done. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And in that same breath, I thought, man,
mm-hmm.
that was cool.
How so?
I was a supervillain, you know, and I got to play multiple characters, you know, with a group of people that really cared nothing about anything else except making really cool movies.
Yeah.
And giving their actors whatever they need to tell those stories. And I'm so proud of it.
You think you'll ever work in Hollywood again?
Yeah, I do. I pray I do.
I'm praying for you too. I'm
God's
praying,
plan and
Jonathan.
God's timing.
For those who say, look, he's convicted at this point, what would you say? I mean, do you deserve a second chance?
Of course.
I think I do.
Yes, you do.
I think I think I do.
Everybody does.
Other people think that.
Majors is set to be sentenced next month, but says he and his legal team plan to appeal.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel.
Appeal.
If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage.
Appeal, Jonathan, appeal. This is sad. It's disgraceful. Somebody check on Megan. Yeah, you people get second chances. You better tell it to Don. You better tell it. Everybody gets second chances, but nobody wants to give it to Jonathan. Go ahead, speak, Warrior, because I'm upset.
First of all, you better come through with the live commentary while we watching the video.
Right. I'm like, wait, what?
This is hilarious. But okay. You know, I'm going to stick by my feelings from the beginning. And I said this at the beginning when all of this happened. I do not think his intentions was to intentionally put his hands on her. I do think that she put her hands on him first.
Mm-hmm.
Where his mistake was, you know, because he has been found guilty until proven innocent. You know, according to what we have found in the court documents, he was found guilty of putting his hands on her. And that's where the downfall for me happens, number one. But the biggest downfall was when he asked this white woman to be like Coretta Scott and Michelle Obama. You cannot ask anybody of another race to be like another person of another race because you can never understand that racist struggle, ever. So that was just like... Why are you trying to force this white woman to be like a black woman? If you wanted to be with a Coretta Scott King or a Michelle Obama, you should have got with one. Comparing Megan Good to Coretta, I didn't see the comparison.
Mm.
You came along with this man in his time of trouble. Coretta was there before Martin Luther King became Martin Luther King, during him being Martin Luther King, and after Martin Luther King. She was still there carrying his legacy, carrying her legacy, and the King name's legacy. I don't see what legacy Megan is carrying. She just got out of a divorce herself from the pastor. You fresh out of a divorce. And now you with this man who is allegedly abusing people. Now he said out of his own mouth, he got anger issues. And when people have anger issues, you know, they snap. And sometimes they do things. And then it's like, uh-oh, I didn't did a thing. Now, I'm not saying that this man don't deserve a second chance. Everybody deserves grace and mercy. Thanks be unto God, who is the head of our life, okay? But we got to hold you responsible for the actions that the court has found you guilty of doing. And those actions are possibly jail time because of the charges that were filed. And I don't think, you know, this man needs to go to jail because this is a first offense. This is, you know, we do not see a record in the courts of him doing this. So I do think, you know, some probation is definitely needed. A little sit down time to think about, you know, what allegedly was done. But the comparison of Coretta Scott King to throw her name in the midst of this mess when that was not who she was, I don't like that. I don't like it at all. It's problematic for me. And then how was he comparing himself to Martin Luther King? Other than the fight that he allegedly tried to break up the other week, I haven't heard no other stands that he was trying to do out here for America or the community.
I appreciate you. Best IBK, come on, because we need Jesus in the building. He said, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not harm you. Plans to give you hope in the future. Well, amen. Because right now, the people are burying Jonathan. But Jonathan,
well, you gotta make sure you don't veer off the plans, though. That's the key. You got to make sure you don't veer off the plan.
We gotta. Hold on 1 second, because wait a minute. Wait, where am I? Let me just see something real quick. Because these comments. Let me see. I lost my comment. But you know what, Don? I can't find your comment. Here we go. Coretta was there while Dr. King was cheating. God rest her soul. But this is true.
Before, then, and after. Megan just showed up in the midst of the storm.
Yeah, and now she's Coretta. Coretta was there while Dr. King was cheating. Now let's talk about that.
So, Diva, would you have gotten with Jonathan Majors after these allegations?
Listen. I'm a special kind of different.
Excellent question. We'll wait.
Hold on now. No, I gave the answer. I'm a special kind of different. So
you leaving or you staying, sis?
No.
What we doing?
You cannot go by me. Okay, because
yes, we can.
No, we can't, because
you don't want him to go to jail. So we need
hold on, Nikki. There's a lot of things and conversations that we have in these streets that you're never even on the train car with me. So you can't ask me that question. But I
didn't ask you. Your darling.
I know. I'm talking in general. Listen, the bottom line is.
Let me get back in my trunk.
Get it back in your car and buckle your seatbelt. And walk on.
Clearly, this train is.
She don't want to be Coretta. She don't want to be the next Coretta. She don't want to be the next Coretta, and that's okay.
She doesn't.
That's okay.
You're right. I agree. Prince Royer. Yep.
Leo, you up? You up?
Okay, so I'm gonna come through with some other information about the Dr. Martin Luther King, and we get ready to celebrate his birthday. So I'm gonna say
that's right. Oh, let me sit up. Come on now.
Historically, right? He had him a clear woman that he was in love with, that he was supposed to want to get with when he was in college. And his daddy was the one that said, no. You're going to be with one of us because I have a plan for you and this ministry. So keep in mind, the Ebenezer Baptist Church belonged to his father before him.
Oh, shoot now. You better read the Black History in January. Come on now.
So it's not, it is not that Coretta Scott King was with him before and after. She was chosen, and she also took on the responsibility as well to be a up and coming civil rights leader. He himself did not choose the profession. His father chose it for him. So to say that Megan Good was not there, she came in when she was supposed to come in, just like Coretta Scott.
Oh my gosh!
Come in.
Come on out. Come on out.
So we're gonna say that part. And as far as him being responsible, he is responsible for choosing this clear woman to be his partner, and then expect her to be the type of woman that could hold a black man down during the struggles that they go through. See, a clear woman don't necessarily understand what it is to live as a black man. He was wrong for choosing her or using the language of a woman that's by his side to be in this higher echelon or this higher level of being supportive, when that's not the life she has lived. She don't know nothing about what you're talking about, brother. What you're saying, the support that you think that you need, you chose this woman. So we get ready to get in Teyana Taylor ass, because this is the man she chose. Well, this is the woman he chose. And to think that she gonna elevate and come to another place that support you is where he made his mistake. Talking about Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And I don't feel no ways about it, that the fact that he said that, but he was wrong all the way up from the get-go. He was wrong from the get-go. This is not the woman that you chose. And to expect for her to elevate and get to that type of level, because she run the streets drinking and doing all types of things and coming home, upset on substances and drunk and all these other kind of things. That's the woman. It was a good time when it was a good time, but when you wanted her to elevate, she wouldn't. She could not. And I feel like it's wrong also because he himself, let me tell y'all this. This is the part that really upsets me about it. If it had been me and they would have caught me in the closet all incapacitated with a scar up under my, in the back of my ear and my finger broke, they would have said, well, was you drunk when you came in? Did you hurt yourself? Yeah. They would have never blamed him. They would have, if it would have been me, they would have never blamed him. Never. They would have dismissed the case and everybody would have went on with whatever they business they had going on that day. They would have said it was a DV disturbance. Everybody was equally wrong and everybody would have moved on. It would have never come to this had she not been a clear woman. And I stand on that. 10 toes down, come for me, at me.
Ooh, honey, standing on business. Okay. In my opinion, you're up.
Excuse me, I need a new seatbelt.
Ooh. What's that?
You gotta go down to Target and buy you one.
Oh shoot. We sending the people to your car, Nikki. Okay. I'm like being accused like of Oprah. Apparently, I don't pay the people. But I'm gonna get somebody to that car. Okay. Go ahead.
Listen here, Diva. Okay. I'm finna be real straight with the people, okay?
Yeah,
I want y'all to be grown here, okay? Y'all think about it. How many times have you picked the wrong somebody?
Woo! Come on now. Go ahead.
Ain't nobody tried to lock you up for choosing the wrong person to lay down with.
Oh, shoot.
Just because this man decided to go outside of his race does not mean that we should just railroad him into a conviction.
Come on.
This man was running down the street.
Running.
Okay, if I had known any better, I thought he was on the U.S. track team and he was trying to go for the goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be clear, okay? They was going to charge him with something regardless. Because had it been a white man in the first place, this wouldn't have never went to trial. The evidence was lacking. And y'all worried about him saying, I want you to be like Coretta.
Come on. Oh, come on now.
I want you to be like Michelle.
Uh-huh.
I want my kids to be like Coretta and Michelle. Okay?
They're black
I want my sons to grow up and be like Barack Obama. That don't mean
Pink opinion.
Listen here, I ain't capping for nobody, okay? That man had aspirations. This girl was drunk. Did y'all hear the beginning of the conversation? Y'all stuck on one part of that conversation. He said, I don't want nobody sloppy drunk. Did y'all hear the frustration? He was talking about her drunkenness? Like, no. How many people y'all done got tired of they bullshit and you said, look, I'm tired of this, okay? I don't want your lousy ass sitting here playing the PlayStation or the Wii or the Xbox or whatever it is. You're going to have to get up and work. You know, Joe out there, he working, okay?
I said that opinion. I said that.
Okay, then, that's what I'm saying. So let's not be bashing him because he had aspirations that was higher up on the chart, okay? He was aiming high, okay? Ain't nowhere else to go but down from there. So he was aiming high. If you can at least get halfway to Coretta Scott and what you call it, you close, okay?
Come on. Uh-huh.
But let's not do that. I mean, for real, in all honesty, I know everybody's in their emotions because this lady white and he black and he named blacking people. Well, that's his race. That's who he is. He's black. Okay, he didn't know how to say, I need you to be more like Mel Gibson, you know what I'm saying? Bill Clinton. Well, Bill Clinton was out there cheating, so he probably wouldn't use Bill Clinton. Yeah, it ain't a lot of white people that got no great names going on. So let's leave the man alone.
Leave the man alone. Okay. Hold on now. Thank you for the super chat. I thought he said Coretta Michelle because she is a white immigrant who might know Coretta or Michelle. The clear lady doesn't know Ella Baker and Fannie Lou. Come on, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Come on now. In my opinion, spoke. Keep your seatbelts buckled. We did not clear you yet to unbuckle your seatbelts. Wayne, you're up.
Okay, I'm with opinion on this 100%. And first of all, Coretta Scott King's daughter, I mean, her daughter don't own the name Coretta Scott King, nor does she own the name of Dr. Martin Luther King. And she needs to shut up and let somebody using their name to shut up.
I'm glad you said
she needs to shut up. Most people don't even know who she is. Okay, and second of all,
she told everybody Martin Luther King didn't take a bullet for y'all gay people. That's what she said now.
And I'm with opinion on this. Okay, would have been better if maybe he kind of looked up and seen some of the qualities of Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama, which they're probably in white women as well. Okay, so just because he wanted to, I don't think he was saying, I want you to be like a black woman. He was just stating some quality, and I understand. Okay, what's wrong with that? Stating, you know your worth. So what's wrong with stating like, okay, this is what I would like. Ain't nothing wrong with reaching for the stars.
Reaching for the stars.
Right. Okay. And as far as he's with Megan Good now, okay, who's to say that, okay, you better wait. Okay. And the other thing, y'all heard about the five guys up in New York who went to jail for life. Okay. I guess people should have said,
this is not the same.
They're not owning it.
Equivalence. Sorry.
Shut up, Nikki. I'm not even talking to you. Just listen. And I'm sorry. But anyway, what I'm saying is that these guys were innocent and they went to jail. So were they supposed to say, well, they need to own up to it. They were found guilty. Okay, just because he was found guilty doesn't mean he's not innocent. Right, and it's hard. Okay, just because they found him guilty, in his heart, he's innocent.
Right.
If he said he didn't do it. Okay, just because he was found guilty, that's all I'm saying. So how are you going to judge him? He's supposed to say, okay, I broke her fingers, even though I didn't break her fingers. But she said because they believed it. Okay, that's all they're going on because they believed what she said. I haven't been this hyped in a long time. So I need to cut it right here. Okay. Nikki, I'm sorry. That just came out. That was just because this topic really got me.
It's all love on this train. It's all love.
And the train is riding sideways, like we is all the way leaving. Okay.
And by the way, my daughter-in-law is white. I have biracial grandkids.
Come on now, talk to the people, Wayne. Talk to the people. Because this ain't right now. Talk to the people.
Yeah, I got basic, pretty little kids.
Come on now.
So I understand what
his grandbabies is cute. Y'all better stop this nonsense. It don't matter.
And obviously, okay, maybe he picked her, and at that time maybe he thought that was right, and maybe he thought it could work. Love is love. If he loved her, okay, and he loves making good. Okay, so he could say,
he said, I love Grace. He said, I love Grace. Did y'all listen? He said, I love Grace. Come on, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
so having those qualities, just because you use those people's names, like Opinion said, what white woman wouldn't want their daughter to grow up with some of the qualities of Michelle Obama?
Mm-hmm. Most of them would not.
Leo, what kind of quality? I mean, loving, kind.
Come on, let Wayne talk. Come on now.
Okay, what are those that everybody don't have?
Right.
You ain't trying to teach them to be black, and everybody trying to teach their kids to be white. Okay, you have children that speak very well. The first thing one of people say, "Oh, they talk white." But what is white?
Come on now.
Okay, I'm done.
I appreciate you.
I give you that, Wayne. I give you that.
Come on now.
English don't belong to a color.
Come on now.
Yeah,
and that's the problem. And Wayne, that's the problem. I mean, he's not on the docket tonight. They have with Cat Williams saying you lied because you read 3,000 books. Now, if y'all saw if it came out the mouth of somebody else, they would have been like, "Wow, tell us how you read those 3,000 books." But because Cat Williams said it, they call him a liar. We're gonna talk tonight, y'all. Buckle your seatbelts. Hold on 1 second. Thank you for the super chat. Amber Heard was recalling saying she did that to Johnny Depp, and they kept her in Aquaman 2. Jonathan Majors was scrapped from the next Ant-Man in the studio. You better talk. Thank you for the super chat. We having a conversation tonight, y'all. Are y'all ready?
And I got a whiplash. I had my seatbelt on. I still got whiplash.
File your workers' comp claim in the back after the show. Thank you.
We're sending medical assistance your way, Wayne. No worries.
No, I need HR. Where's HR? Conflict resolution. I want to file a complaint. The hell? Because I cannot. David, what kind of conductor are you? But it's fine because it's cool because I know she's going to disagree with me.
We apologize for the stray bullets.
It's all love, Nikki.
This is why I said I need another belt, but child, listen. And for all the people in the chat that's like, yes, good job. Y'all ain't right. Anyway, listen. I'm just gonna say
HR. HR is it not my turn? Wait, Nikki, it is your turn, but HR is closed after dark. Sorry.
What's the email address? No, what's the 1-800 number where I can file a complaint without
anonymous? Listen, go ahead, Nikki. You up?
Yes,
listen,
ma'am.
I'm grabbing something while you go. I'll be right back.
I want y'all to pay very close attention to how Diva says nothing while I'm on here. And when she comes back, she says, "Thank you, Nikki." That is an immediate, I don't agree with you said. Okay. No, so I'm gonna just look. I'm gonna say this first. This is just a general thing about red flags, because I know you guys were bringing up red flags. I feel like I've learned this because I'm an old married lady, that if anyone wants to change you, it doesn't matter what type of relationship you're in. That's a red flag to me. It's nothing wrong with people saying, let's grow, meaning become more mature, more educated, more whatever, refined. That's fine. But if you're introverted and they want you to be extroverted. It's just not who you are. So people trying to change who you are is a red flag to me in general. Now let's get to this Jonathan Majors guy. I'm just like, listen, cry me a river. I don't believe this is problematic on multiple levels for me, but I'm not going to even get into that. What I will say is this. I don't believe one word he said on that interview that he did with that lady. I just don't. I believe he's lying through his teeth. I believe he's been, what do they call it when they get your witness together? I think he's been gotten together and told what to say. What I will say is this, though. I don't know that let me say it like this. What I really do believe is he's probably not guilty of whatever he's being found guilty of. I do feel like if you have a history of violence and it's documented, like whatever those text messages were saying, then it's going to give me pause. So, and then what her remarks were back to that, it's going to give me pause because it sounded like she was saying, well, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to get you in trouble. I remember when I was young, like 20 years old, and I'm staying with my then boyfriend, who's not now my husband. And I had I don't know if anyone's ever had like a cyst or anything rupture in their body. I had that and my back hurt really, really bad. And I remember going to the ER and the lady asking him to step somewhere else. And then she immediately was like, is it safe for you to go home? I never have ever been hit by anyone, threatened by anyone, or any of that. So when I heard about this case, I immediately thought, wow, I'm glad that this healthcare worker is like making sure that I'm safe, but you never know. So for me, the two problems I have with Jonathan's story and this whole entire case, there's just two things I can't get around. I can't get around the text messages because to me, it proves his guilt of some sort of violent past with this lady. So for me, if you've been violent towards a lady in the past, it's a pretty good chance that you're going to do it in the future. The other part that I can't get around is that my understanding is she was at his place, I don't know, apartment or whatever. And then at some point he called the police or called 911 to come and aid her. I don't understand why they found her unconscious. That's problematic to me. So unless she has a history of seizures or some history of just fainting, I want to know, why was she unconscious? And I don't know if that was ever, discovered during the trial or whatever, because I didn't watch it like that. But that's problematic to me. And I know a lot of people were saying
she was never unconscious. She was texting her friend before he came in the door. She was playing.
Oh, okay. Because what that video that she played earlier, it said that she was unconscious. Not the video, the 911 call. That's what he said. He said, I need whatever because my girlfriend or my
he thought she was unconscious because she wouldn't answer the door, but they found out through her text messages in court that she was texting 2 minutes before he got in the door.
Right. So what I'm saying is he called the police at some point and said she's unconscious. How did she get that way? You don't just become unconscious for no reason. That's what I'm saying.
She was never unconscious. She was playing a role. She was trying to act.
He said that
he said it because he thought she was unconscious. She was playing a role.
So if you believe what he's saying, then your belief is that. I don't
believe what he's saying. I believe the text message that she was sending to her friend that it came out in court.
In my opinion,
that's why I say you need to watch it.
In my opinion, that's what he's saying. No, I don't believe him. Nikki, is what I'm saying.
I'm trying to tell you that there's
I didn't say that he said it. I said came out in court. She was texting her friend.
Yeah.
While he was banging on the door trying to get in.
Right. So if someone's banging on the door trying to get in, I'm texting 911. I'm texting my bestie, my mama, my whomever else. That's not bizarre to me that if I got into a fight with a guy, he's at my door, banging on the door, that I'm going to be texting. I mean, I don't believe him.
He's at his door.
I don't believe him.
You don't know none of this case, do it.
What I'm saying is my opinion. If you have all the facts, great. I'm happy to hear all the facts. I just want to give my opinion. That's it. If I'm wrong about it, I'm wrong about it. I don't really care. I don't know these people from a can of paint. I'm saying for me, the holes in the case, things that don't make sense to me is that a man that has a history of being violent is now calling the police saying my girlfriend or whatever it is, I think she's unconscious or whatever. That's problematic to me because you've already been violent. So my guess is people don't really change their behavior much without consequences. They don't. So I think he's been violent to her in the past, just based on her text messages. Y'all said she had some sort of fractured finger. I don't know how that happened. Allegedly, that happened during their other altercation. Nonetheless, what I was getting at is this. Those two things are, to me, very difficult for me to get around. And I think that's why the jury, gave him a guilty verdict, because I can't get around why my boyfriend or ex-boyfriend is calling 911. Why are you even here when I'm, whatever, we just got into a fight? But maybe there's more to the story that I don't know. I don't necessarily feel, though, based on either of their injuries, that he needs to go to jail. I don't necessarily feel that way. Could he have done something worse in the past? Yeah, but if it's not recorded, it's not, she didn't report it, whatever the case may be. I'm not really worried or concerned about that. But just on its face, she don't have black eyes. She don't have a fracture, whatever. You know what I'm saying? She didn't get choked from what you guys are saying. So I don't know that the prosecution had enough evidence to really convict him of something that would require a year in jail or a year in prison. I personally don't think that, just because I'm gonna need to see some videos, some pictures, some sort of physical evidence that shows, yeah, this man really did harm her. But I don't see any information that says she really harmed him either, based on the information that Diva showed. So I don't know. I don't think he should go to jail, but I do think he can maybe do some community service, take some courses or classes, and maybe that might help him. But anyway, that's it. That's all.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Nikki. Thank you for the super chat. In my opinion, is right. Majors was going to be charged. He was made an example of. White privilege still exists in 2024. A Rockefeller will not marry a black man. So here's the thing. I know a lot of people, Nikki, and probably you feel this way too. A lot of people in the chat feel like, let Nikki talk. Ba. Nikki, but the thing is, they was just trying to add some context to help you with your conversation that were factual information that came out in the trial. In the trial, it was noted that she was texting, but when he got in the door of his penthouse, she acted like she was passed out in a closet, and she had no clothes on her bottom part of her body. He went and called the cops because he was afraid, and there was other information that she might have tried to do something to herself, because that is stuff that was going on between these two. They was in a toxic relationship. So when he called the cops and the cops came, like, you're going to call the cops on yourself if you know you beat her down, right? He called the cops because he thought she was in danger. She was unconscious. When the cops came there, this is what this man did. He went and got a blanket before they went in that closet. He made sure he covered her so she wouldn't be exposed, and did everything turned on him. But part of what was the messed up part in it is the cops thought that was her penthouse. That's where the nonsense started. The cops thought that was her penthouse and not his. But I'm just going to move on. And I know, listen, y'all, I'm going to be very honest with y'all. A lot of us, we talk backstage beforehand. We talk backstage afterhand. There's a before party, there's an after party, and everything is nothing but love up here. But when somebody is talking and we have some true information, we interject with it to help the person understand that what you may be saying, maybe you can change the course of your direction if we give you a little bit more information. E, you're up.
All right. Hey.
Hey, E.
Hey, Chanel. Here's my thing. I guess I'll lead with this. Why is it when the Teyana Taylor story was previewed at the beginning, and it was said that she had to go down to the courts to protect her kids from their father, within the chat, I immediately saw the infamous retorts of the affiliates from the 13.2. You know the usual: pick better, take accountability. Why she stay so long? We're talking about a woman who's trying to protect her kids. And y'all do the same thing to Jeannie Ma. But when it comes to Jonathan Majors, why does the narrative become he was running away? They fought all the time, and he was trying to help Grace by covering her naked body with the cashmere.
Hold on 1 second, E. Hold on 1 second, E. Because Southern Belle, I run this train. It's the diva train. And if I got to stop somebody mid-sentence, I got to stop somebody mid-sentence. If you think it's disrespectful when I'm on this train for 2 hours, and if you go back to any of my videos, the people speak all day long. I speak in the beginning, and then I let everybody speak. I'm tired of this narrative that I just cut people off and it's so disrespectful. Love you, but don't catch the train no more, because I'm tired of that narrative being pushed in my comments. I let the people speak. I'm 2 hours deep on this train. And if you go back to any of my videos, I'm not the main one talking all day long. It's a false narrative. I don't like it. I'm over it. It's 2024 and I'm running this train. Done. Done. Okay, so that's that. And I love everybody, but I'm not going to do that. I don't like when that narrative come. Okay, you say you did say me. That I read that as me. Like, why am I cutting people off? I'm 2 hours deep and I let the people talk. E, you're up.
Thank you, Diva. I love you so much. Okay, choo choo choo. So, because I heard someone say, well, you know, he covered her body before the EMT came in. Well, he's just too kind, isn't he? He's too kind to do that. I mean, after he secured this British white woman and voluntarily flew her over here, moved her into this penthouse, which belonged to him, because I know we want to make sure the black man gets credit for living in the penthouse. Okay, he spent his money on her, had sex with her when he wanted. Why are people making it so unreasonable for women, especially black women, to reply to Jonathan and black men like him the same way they reply to us black women? Rewind this video and look in the chat during the replay if you don't believe me. Y'all said it here today. Teyana should take accountability, you say. She should have picked better. Why she stay so long? Well, why the hell didn't Jonathan pick better? If Grace was so bad, she was a drunken basket case. She struck him several times before he had all of those marks on his body, which were deemed inadmissible in court. Okay. What did also, he said he was talking to other women, okay, during their relationship. What the hell is taking him so long to leave? They didn't have any kids together. Where is his accountability? That is a question I'd like to know. Okay. When Diva played that video, Jonathan said, I'm a monster. I'm a horrible person. Okay. I have anger issues. I don't know about you, but to me, that sounds like an admission. What are we talking about here? When a man tells you he is a monster and a horrible person, you don't respond in empathy. Listen, you don't respond with compassion. Wake the hell up. Stop asking me as a black woman to consider what things would be like if Jonathan was white. He's not white. So what would that benefit me as a black woman who has no investment to Jonathan to see him as anything other than what he really is? Jonathan said his home was so peaceful, and Grace was disturbing the peace when she came home a little tipsy. She's a young woman living her life, correct? But when she left and it was so peaceful, he was texting her, gaslighting, really. I'm a monster. I'm horrible, acknowledging his shortcomings. But when she was at the house, then this crusty Negro flipped the script. On the recording, he said, I'm a great man. I'm doing great things for my culture. Nigga, what? What culture? This man is a goddamn abuser is what he is. Last thing, when Jonathan started talking about color, because I wasn't going to go there, because I know some people, they believe in integration and more power to the people. But when he said to himself, how how he wouldn't be in this situation if he was white. He failed to mention he wouldn't be in this situation if she were black. He neglects to mention that. And when he tried to reverse Uno and say, if I had been chasing Grace down the street like she chased me, I would be lifeless. Things would be different. Well, how about this? Why do you want me to see things in color right now when you did not want to see things in color back then? From his own words, he is aspiring to be like Obama and Martin Luther King, but he's parading around Michelle Obama's internet with women of the likes of Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. Grace belongs with them. And when people say, how do I feel about Jonathan referring to Megan Good as a Coretta Scott, that is an insult. Megan Good has been dragged around in a leash and dog collar by Khloe Kardashian. Coretta would never. Stop saying that people are like Coretta. You don't know anything about Coretta. Clearly, he needs to go back to school. You want to know why people are upset? You're talking about an influential fixture of Black culture overcoming slavery and implementing integration. And you want to compare the wife of one of our leaders and the mother of his children who fought to free our people from bondage over 70 years ago. And then fast forward to today, to a woman who voluntarily picks out her own dog collar and barks on command with her titties out for her fancy. You will never get to insult a Black woman like Coretta that way without backlash, not on my watch. So stop trying to make this British woman the Black woman's problem and let Jonathan pull himself up by his own bootstraps, just like we told Taraji P. Henson, Cat Williams, and Cassie last week. Woo, woo, woo.
Royer, check on Diva.
Diva, are you ready?
Thanks, E. Great job.
How you doing?
That's all right. We're finna get some wisdom coming in. Felicia
As she dips her tea in her cup.
Because y'all really mad because this man dated outside his race. It's not that deep.
Nobody's mad about
we're not upset. Just leave us out of it. Y'all keep asking us, well, do something. No, leave us out of it.
So your brother should go to jail.
Yes, lock him up.
He dated outside his race.
No, she didn't say that.
Well, she just said lock him up.
Diva, he set up on camera and said that he was a monster. He has a temper issue. It gets out of hand.
Who don't got a temper?
Stop it.
Well, I'm not running around here knocking candles off tables and throwing stuff across the room. No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
But you know what? Eve asked a good question. Would you want him to date your daughter? If your daughter sent that text message and you saw that in your phone, you're gonna be like, yeah, he's a great guy. The police did him wrong. No, you're gonna be on the side of your daughter. That's it.
Nina Love said, Diva, that surface. We don't care who that man dates, but y'all keep saying y'all do though. Y'all keep saying he was with the clear woman. If he wasn't with her, and who cares, and this, that, and the other. This man is really up. He was in the trial because he had a bad relationship, a toxic relationship. Well, the courts will be filled.
Well, keep that same energy with Teyana Taylor.
I'm about to. If we ever get there, go ahead, Felicia.
Good evening, everyone. You know what? This train is plenty lively.
Come on, Felicia.
But I'm going to remind the people, the good people, the righteous people, what we really talking about.
She's about to let everybody out of jail.
Let me sit up.
Everybody's going out of jail, getting out of jail. Go ahead, Miss.
Come on, let me sit up.
Let me hold on to my wig. Hold on.
Oh, shoot. Come on now. Get ready.
We are talking about a man's freedom.
Come on.
Okay?
Freedom.
A person's personal choice, as I remind you all often, is not your personal rejection.
Oh,
he don't want to be with you. He don't want to be with you. She don't want to be with you. She don't want to be with you. Period. Today in North Carolina, Leo's home state, if I may, in Concord, North Carolina, a man wrongfully convicted and imprisoned for 44 years has reached a $25 million combined settlement with a central North Carolina city and the state of North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
The settlement will end with a wrongful incarceration lawsuit filed by his attorneys.
Wow.
Ronnie Wallace Long in 2021 also included a public written apology from the city of Concord for its role in his imprisonment. We are deeply remorseful for the past wrongs that caused tremendous harm to Mr. Long, his family, friends, and our community.
Wow.
What did Mr. Long do? Long, who is now 68, was a young Black man living in Concord when he was accused of hiring a mayonnaise woman. An all mayonnaise jury in Carruthers County that Long's attorney said was handpicked by local law enforcement leaders convicted him of burglary and the R word. Okay, so let's fast forward because ain't nothing changed. In 1850, we had the fugitive slave law. Okay, what was that? Runaway slaves. And what I had said before, Jonathan was running for his life.
His life.
Runaway slave. That was a law in this country, folks. In the United States, fugitive slaves or runaway slaves were terms used in the 18th and 19th century to describe people who fled slavery. The term also refers to the Federal Fugitive Slaves Acts of 1793 and 1850. Such people were also called freedom seekers to avoid implying that the enslaved person had committed a crime and that the slaveholder was the injured party. So if you were deemed a runaway slave, you could be brought back to your owner, to that plantation, to whomever. Didn't matter if you had papers. It was the color of your skin. So let's get clear here, folks. This is in the soil. This is what this country was built on. So let's go to New York City courts, because I'm right here in New York. So I like and I respect opinions, but we can't have different facts when it comes to people's lives. It's not about what I think, okay? This is a fact. Diva's absolutely correct. When the NYPD showed up at that penthouse, no, this wasn't no apartment. This was a tri-level penthouse. Yes, it was. They thought it was Miss Jabari's place. They did not believe that it was Mr. Majors' home. Yes, she was laying on the floor. Opinion is absolutely correct. She was texting her friend and refusing to open the door. She had also texted him that she was going to take her life, okay? And he was concerned for her. So yes, he was guilty for being compassionate. He was guilty for having taken a blanket to cover her so she could have some kind of dignity when he allowed the police to come in to check on her. When they showed a video of her, she said she didn't know what happened to her. And the police officer gestured towards his own neck to say that she should say something about her own neck.
Come on now, tell the
facts. The term of the charge of strangulation came in. And if anybody was following this piece, because we want to believe text messages have all this weight, some of us have situations where if you look back at a text message, your intent in the message did not come across as such. So he's a monster. How many of you have dated monster men? Come on now. Who gonna be honest? Yeah, no, we all dated such good men. That's why Black women are the least married women in this country.
Oh, you better
because
talk.
We done put all of these kind and gentle men out. Yeah? Yeah, we have. Because we never heard somebody say they were a monster, right? But this man here, Mr. Long, he got 44 years in jail. They just went to find him, okay? Jonathan is no different. And as for the Central Park Five, they were hanging out in the park like young people do in the summer months. And there was a whole bunch of young people in that park. And this terrible thing happened to a jogger. And they just rounded up all of the Black and brown boys.
Come on now.
And took them in. Okay, so there are a lot of similarities here. The other thing was that Miss Grace said that Mr. Majors never, ever struck her.
That's what she said.
Thank you. That's a quote. Never ever until that night in March when they were having the disagreement over the phone. And shall I remind everybody, it was his phone. He paid for his phone. It was his stuff. And she went to take his property. Okay? So that's another fact. Okay? She also went on to say, she was never unconscious. Okay? What she was hungover because she's a piece of drunken, low-life, uneducated, and can't dance ex-girlfriend.
Oh my
He
God.
had already broken up with her when she was laid out in the closet, half naked, and don't know where she is. Okay? So I'm really concerned that when we get personally angry, some of us use derogatory terms towards other people. No, he may or may not be a great man, but he ain't that N-word that was used on this platform tonight to describe him. He made a bad decision.
Mm-hmm.
He chose poorly.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean he has to go to jail and do a whole year? Well, what happens if he comes out and he continues to date mayonnaise women? Y'all gonna still be mad? You're gonna still be angry? Because God bless all of you who judge people on race or economics or education. Because if that's the case, we would be the highest percentage of people married in this country.
But you keep saying mayonnaise people. What is that? That sounds like
if you don't know what I'm talking about,
I don't.
stay
So
on
explain
mute.
it to me.
No, don't
Because
interrupt
mayonnaise
me.
makes me
I
think
didn't
white people.
interrupt
So
you.
who you
I
talking
didn't
about?
interrupt you. I think most people know what I'm talking about.
Okay,
But
I
you
don't.
go
So
on
I'm
back.
assuming you're talking about white people.
Okay, you could assume properly if you'd like. Okay, but I am done with this concept, and that for whatever reason, because they don't choose you, they're unworthy of justice. They're unworthy of freedom. They're unworthy of being treated fairly. This man is looking at a real problem because they want him behind bars. There are already enough people back there. Mr. Long, 44 years, lost his freedom. Went in at 21. He's now 65. Think about that. I'm done.
Oh God. I think I'm gonna have to shut this train down. But Tay, you're up.
No, we need the train.
Woo woo woo. I'll give my flowers to Royale, Leo, in my opinion, Wayne, E, and Felicia. You all get the flowers from me. Ooh, child. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Diva. I think we all gonna need some drink after this right here, child.
The after party backstage is gonna be messy.
Ooh, child, got my heart racing already. Woo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I agree with everybody. And tell me that, Diva, I'll be myself, and I'll be me, and I am myself. And tell me that, Diva, Felicia just she put the church in here. She put church in here. Say what you say, Felicia. I love you so dearly. I do. I really do. Now for John Mayan. Yep. He run his life for that right there. He run his life from that right there because he's in the toxic relationship. You should know the red flag, homeboy. You should know the red flag. Woo. That's all I gotta say, Diva.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Who Jonathan Majors done took over this show. Julius, you're up.
I agree with both parts of what Miss Felicia was saying and what E and others were saying.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like for me, it's a slippery slope because I am both black and white.
Mm-hmm. Okay, talk to us. Come on, talk to us. Okay.
And I was coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is just my life perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I was always told, oh, you ain't black enough for this, or you ain't white enough for this. You ain't any of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, we got to stop the telling people, you ain't this, you ain't that.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I go by the actions of the person. No matter what their skin color shows. I go by the actions. If your actions are sketchy, now I always didn't used to go think this way.
Mm-hmm.
But what I feel now is if I feel in my mind, body, and soul and gut that your actions are sketchy, I'm gonna start to distance myself first,
Mm-hmm.
and then be done with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna give a reason. I'm not gonna say why. And also, there are people that likes to cry wolf.
Oh, sure.
And we all know the story of the boy who cried wolf.
Mm-hmm.
And I do believe that this young lady, now I want to express my heart goes out to the men and women who were in serious DV situations.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to know you have my heart and comfort, but just hear me as I say this. I do feel that this young lady has cried wolf too many times. And this was her last chance at just getting, how can I say, at getting back at him, because it's just I feel it was a toxic relationship for these two individuals all around. And now I don't know either of them personally, but after the first instance that went down between them, that should have been the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
But they chose to be together.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't go and say, yeah, he has anger issues. Yeah, he has this. Yeah, he has that. You still chose to stay. So you can't cry wolf in public. But then act like you wasn't just with him 2 days ago just because you had a fight with him. And that's my thoughts on the whole thing.
I appreciate
I'm
you.
gonna yield back.
Okay, I appreciate you. Listen, I this one got heated tonight. I wasn't even ready for it. I thought we was gonna bow through this, but you know what? It's a lot of feelings and emotions.
I just want to ask this real quick. Where are the friends and the family? Where are the co-stars? Where's your baby mama? Where's your child? Where's the people? Hell, even your PR team dropped you. Where are the people to stand up and say that Jonathan Majors is this great man?
He walked in the courtroom every day with mama and his auntie by his side.
Absolutely.
But we need testimony. We need testimony. I need testimonies. Because we got testimonies of the goodness of God. I need testimonies of the goodness of Jonathan Majors.
Come on.
I agree. Good questions.
Not a co-star.
The co-star said he mean.
Michael B. Jordan, where you at? This was your boy. That's what they said.
None of those co-stars that you're talking about, he came to courtroom to testify.
Yeah, but he mean. They came to the internet, Coretta Scott's internet, and they said he mean, he terrible to work with.
And they retracted their statements too.
Diva, the train.
This train is off the rails.
Radio silence.
Radio silence. Woo! Whoa. You know what? I'm gonna say this, and this is me saying this honestly, right? do I think that there's some problematic and there's something in him? I won't disagree with that. But where my disagreement comes in for this particular incident and this situation, should he have been on trial and should he be getting locked up for it? If so, they need to send out the Army, the National Guards, every police in the world, because there's a lot more people that need to be cleaned up.
I totally agree.
Well, good. Let's lock them up right now. Let's go get them.
Clean them up. Let's go get them. Let me say this though too, including some females.
No, that's what charges should have been filed against her for sure.
Okay,
because she played a part. She played a part.
That part, but see, that's the foolery in it all. They charged her under pressure and then said they're not going to prosecute her.
But if it had been me, they would have done that with my big black ass. They would have done that.
They would have done that. So we're about to kick him down in the hole, all the way in the gutter, and he shows scratches on his face and on his arm, and we clearly know where they came from. But with him, he's just gonna go down in the gutter. Let me say this though. When we are okay, I'm gonna push Jonathan Majors aside for a minute. When we're okay with people going down for the foolery, it becomes a precedent. And then the next time when it's us, we're going to get cleaned up too, or for that precedent that we allowed to go down with him. We're saying, yep, get him, this, that, and the other. But guess what? The next time, that same law is now going to apply to you, and you're going to feel the heat and the smoke about what that really meant. Now, there are two Americans in justice systems. You know what? The train went off the rails. But let me tell you, I'm gonna do this for you right now. Then I'm gonna move on to the next story, right? I'm gonna do this for you right now. Y'all see how, for me, the most part, the clear narrative is I don't let the people speak.
Oh.
So if I go get hemmed up somewhere and they say, well, Diva don't let the people speak, y'all probably would get 100 people in the line that say, yeah, she don't let the people speak. She don't even realize it, right? But then I would have them play every video because I got 1,000+ videos. I would tell them, play the videos.
Preach, Diva.
And you'll see that I'll be 2 hours deep. And out of that 2 hours, you might get 15 minutes of Diva.
And 10 minutes of Leo running her daggone mouth.
And
I ain't even
and 5 minutes of Julius
I might talk for 20
why
minutes.
Why am I bringing that up? I'm bringing that up because this man got a video of him running, and we still clearly saying he guilty as sin. This man did not spend the night in his house. I know plenty of men that they would have came back to their house and kicked the lady out in the streets and threw her bags out with her too.
Absolutely.
So what we supposed to do?
No. Exactly. Hold on 1 second, because I gotta tell this. So this man, he's so violent, he's so out of control. He knew her habits because he already told her, stop going out there and getting drunk. But she decides to drink anyway. We saw a video where he's walking down the street. He's so violent. I know, man, if they would have passed her and she would have said something, they would have came and choked her up again. But no, he passes by her in the street. They look at each other. She goes after him again. So allegedly, that was after the car incident where she was supposed to have already had that scratch, supposed to already got choked, supposed to already have broken her finger. So now the violator walks by you and you go run after him. Where they do that at? This man had a piss poor lawyer. His PR dropped him, and he didn't even realize he should have never did that interview, because what he's still not clear in his head is that he's, for whatever reason, public enemy number one, where nobody likes him. That side don't like him, and his own people won't embrace him. Why? Because he was with the other chick that don't look like
That
him.
is not fair.
No, hold on a second. Let me speak the truth here. In your field, because now I'm gonna do like the people say I do, right? And he feel they feel that now because he got with Megan Good,
Jesus,
he turned back to the sister to save him. And so they got
it's just optics.
They got
He
him
using us.
He using us. They got him in the bind. They got her in the bind. She's being called stupid and all kinds of other stuff. When the truth of the matter is, let me just say this: men cheat, females cheat, and they cheat knowing that there's already a chick living up in the house. So I do believe that it's very well possible that text that came through, it probably was Megan. So he probably was with them simultaneously.
And
It
so
was
we
somebody. It was
like,
somebody.
go girl. Thank
was
you for being a side chick.
No.
Standing by this man who cheated on his girlfriend. Yes, girl.
Come on,
Roya.
No, Roya. Let's be clear. If we really have to poll the people and they tell the truth, I'm gonna say a good portion of them was with a man who they clearly knew had somebody else. So you got a whole reality show where they called her coleslaw.
I don't know.
Was dating Martell Holt, knew he had a wife and kids, but she not the only one. So to say that it's all so far-fetched, I'm not cheering no side chick on. I'm telling you the truth. That there are 1,000 women out there that say they don't give a crap that this man is married or has somebody already. The man could be living in the house with the chick and they do not care. They be like, that ain't my problem.
But why should I care? He should care.
Hold on, Felicia. Overlapping relationships. This man even said it. I was reckless with her heart. I didn't know how to tell her. In my opinion, you know what he didn't know how to tell her? He didn't know how to tell her. I done took you from wherever you was, moved you up in my house. That's why, you know what? Don't move nobody in your house. Moved her up in his house. Now you want to look her in the face and tell her what? That I'm done with you. I'm into somebody else. He didn't know how to do it. But let's be clear. If we want to tell the truth and say in the jungle, 99% of the men out there don't know how to do it. They're out there with somebody else and they got somebody at home. Wait, did the panel ever get to speak? The panel did speak, Randolph.
Oh.
Back it up. We 1 hour and 33 minutes in.
I just want to know, who are we mad at though? Because I'm not mad at. I'm like, this is a man that is accused of something. I'm just giving my opinion on what I know, and I don't know it all. I don't claim to know it all, but I don't understand like the heavy emotion about a person that doesn't even know us. Like I'm like, who are we mad at? I didn't say anything. I'm saying in general about this man's the color of that lady's skin, because I don't care about none of that. I really only care about it's what someone harmed, and did someone get punishment for harming someone. That's my only issue here. I don't really care who he hates.
You, Nikki, but I've been connected to this case from the beginning, and all we're asking is go back, pull together all the evidence, because the evidence don't match up to what he got charged for, right? How are you running down, Nikki? So I hit you, right? You claiming I hit you. I get out the car and I start running, and you running behind me.
So listen, I'm not saying that. I personally don't think, and I said this earlier, I don't personally think he deserves to go to jail for what is being presented in court. I don't. Just because, like I said, no one looked like they were so physically harmed, but that's just my opinion. But I do think the problem that I would have if I was on that jury is, like I said, the text messages, because it shows past behavior. Yes, you can change, but it sometimes sways people's opinions. And I'm not saying this man is guilty. I'm not saying she's innocent. I just don't know why it's so like contentious about whether or not. I don't think he should go to jail for a year. I don't. But I don't know why it's so contentious, because you just feel like he's being railroaded. Is that what it is?
100%. Felicia, thank you so much. It's not the person. Big picture, this miscarriage of justice could be you. You better speak to the people, Felicia.
Well, I'm not going to hit nobody.
To the people. Huh?
I was saying I'm not gonna hit nobody unless they hit me. So I would never probably be in that
If we
situation.
continue to make the best decisions that he made, not
That's
being
the
man
thing.
enough to stand up and say, "Hey, I don't want to be with you no more," even though I used you and I cheated on you. I'm done with you. Where was that?
Come on.
Okay, let me pass your desk, and then we got to move on because I'm gonna have to revamp this whole title because Jonathan took up the whole thing.
But wait a minute, Diva.
Let's
Wait
go.
a minute now. Wait a minute now.
Oh, damn.
God bless opinion. For at least 6 months, she's been telling, don't let no man tell you twice he don't want you. That's the same as get your shit and get out.
Come on, Felicia.
All right.
Who we mad at though? I'm confused.
Let's stop playing the games. Okay, he don't have to say you was used, you being used. He said, I don't want you no more. Start packing and leave and don't come back.
But he just said in the interview that he didn't know how to tell her. So did he tell her or did he not tell her?
He told her, unfortunately, via
He told her the night they got into it.
Yes.
And she still went back to his house anyway.
That's right.
Didn't he also tell her don't go to the hospital?
No, he didn't. He told
didn't tell her that in that
he
text
told her
message?
that in the year before over.
Okay, well, I'm saying at some point,
not that
didn't he
night.
tell her don't go to that? Don't go
Listen,
to.
not that night, Nikki. No.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah,
I'm
so-
like, how are we giving him all this credence when he even told this lady don't go to the
Because
hospital? It's
he
gonna be
was
problematic.
charged with this crime in New York City, not in Ukraine. Go in your past, take a look at the things you've done, some of the things you may have done, and ask, should they be brought into something that you may have done?
I'm not
present?
violent.
Girl, I remember when you first came up here, you told us
do?
about a store in the fast food. Okay, you just got
And I was
yeah,
violent.
Uh-huh.
I've gotten in one fight in my whole life in the 5th grade. Stop it.
Right, and you were
I've
in the
never
fast
been in a
food,
fight as an
and
adult because I
what
know how to
happened in
use
the
my
fast
words and my
food, Nikki?
intelligence.
What
I have
happened
never.
tell the people the
You
story
may have
about
me
the
confused
fast
with
food.
another person on another show, but I ain't never.
Okay.
said I was
Okay, we
violent.
got to move forward.
Okay.
Let's move forward.
Let's move
Woo.
forward in peace.
Whew. Good God.
I'm not violent. Don't do that.
Oh my God. Whew. I went on a board mission. But we're going to move forward. It's 2024. Diva, help. Yes, come on now. Somebody shake the train back.
Can I say one thing?
Somebody said, Nikki, you took somebody's corn dog.
Not a corn dog.
Hey, Shan.
Hey.
Hey, Nikki, they said, did you take somebody's corn dog?
You being messy. Stop it.
What is a corn dog? Is this some sort of stuff I don't know about?
We're moving forward. What's up,
Is a corn
Shan?
dog is it a
Hey,
penis?
We moving forward. We moving forward. Hey, Shan.
Okay, well, after the show, tell me if y'all being mean to me because I don't know what that means.
Hello.
I don't know what that.
Listen.
Not
I'm
hello.
gonna say this one thing, right?
One thing.
This show, this train ride has been better than Love and Marriage Huntsville, The Real Housewives, Married to Medicine. I was getting my whole life in the comments. Praise Jesus for YouTube.
Go ahead and get it, the VIP.
I don't got no commentary.
Hey, Shan.
Hey.
Come through, Shan.
Hi, Shan.
All right,
like, I'm just
we
here for
got
show.
only a few minutes. I mean, it's either Vivica Fox or Teyana Teller. Y'all tell me.
Vivica Fox.
Yeah,
Okay,
I like
we're
Vivica.
gonna do Vivica Fox. Okay. Again, why y'all mad? Why y'all mad? So Vivica Fox, all she said was, "I'm good." You know, we are the worst to each other. I don't know where I'm gonna get friends from because we treat each other so bad. Everybody put 20 on 10 because she said I'm good. I mean, have you not ever told somebody I'm good? No, you thinking they do you need movie money? No, I'm good. You hungry? I'm good. You want some popcorn? I'm good. Now, I'm not trying to, because I say I'm good, I'm not calling you broke, beat down, and disgusted. All I'm saying is I'm good. So everybody now, this is causing Taraji. Can y'all check this? Can y'all check this out? Because of Taraji want to go everywhere and cry and say, you know, they ain't have no chicken on the set. She was in trailers with bugs and roaches. I mean, all she had to add was the rats was in there too. That's all she needed to add. Okay. She had to drive herself to the set in dangerous Atlanta. Yeah, she said Atlanta was dangerous. I didn't say. That's what Taraji said. She said
And it is.
She said the people getting robbed.
They do.
And what she looked like driving herself. Taraji did that. So as a result of Taraji doing that, hold on now. SD Mac, thank you for the super chat. Vivica said nothing wrong. You better speak. She spoke on her experience. Hello. She said, good for the girl speaking up. Come on, listen to her words. Didn't she say that though? And now Gabrielle Union, because Gabrielle Union is mad that she got to pay half of a $50,000 mortgage. Her man with millions. He done threw that ball up and down the court. He chilling. She make way less than him. They in a mega mansion and she got to pay her piece of the mortgage. I wish I would. I can't. I ain't got that. I'm gonna do the Tasha K. I ain't got it. Sir, here go $1,000 for the light bill. And then I'm going on about my business. But no, she mad because her husband had a break baby. She mad. But again, she chose him and she chose to stay. What do you want for us, lady? So Vivica says she's good. And everybody pissed at her. Hold on. Let's hear Vivica say this. Okay, is it stuck? It must want me to go to bed. Go ahead and talk, Roy, while I try to get the video together.
Yes.
You got some sleepy time, T? I'm just saying. Yeah.
Tonight has been
I don't need one after tonight because y'all know y'all cut up.
Yes.
But y'all had me and Southern Belle get into it. I can't with y'all. Go ahead, Roy.
Yes, tonight has been a very interesting night.
Interesting.
Yes, interesting is just the best word I can use. Regarding Vivica Fox, you know, I had no problem with what she said, but as you know, most of our parents tell us, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And the way that I perceived it, there was a hint of shade, like, congratulations to the girls, good for the girls, you know, for speaking up, but I'm good, you know. It was very shady. And I just feel like sometimes saying nothing at all is the best thing to do. Just saying nothing at all. To me, Vivica, you know, she's doing her as she always has. Vivica has not ever really kind of, you know, stood up and been the voice of anything but Vivica. So that's just my thought, my opinion. And I think that Vivica is doing what most people would do. She does not want to be blackballed. She wants to continue to collect her check from Lifetime, and she's going to sit back and be quiet and collect the check.
Holla to the check collections. Okay, collecting your check. Hold on one second. SC Max Viz has curated her career where she produces projects. Shout out to the producer credits with Lifetime. Holla, instead of just salary, she gets points and a cut of the bottom line. Woo, woo. You better tell them how to do it, Vivica Fox. That's why she said, I'm good. Hold on, let me hear that because I love this. Let me hear Vivica Fox say, I'm good.
Do you feel like now is the perfect time to have the conversation that Taraji kind of continued off of Monique? You know, you're an actress, you've been out there. Is this the perfect time to kind of talk about that in the right platform?
You know, darling, to each his own. Do you know what I mean? I'm very happy, very blessed. And to each his own. I didn't have that experience, so, you know, but to get your piece out is important. I totally understand that. And I love my girls for looking out for each other. But I'm good.
She said she good.
It was the darling. The darling.
That's how she talks.
No, shade is what it is. It is shade.
appreciate you, Leo. You're up.
The shade is I'm good. That's the shade.
Yes.
Look directly at the camera and cut your eye, your good eye, your good eye to the camera and say,
With her Coretta Scott King wig on, okay?
And let the people know, like she looked directly in and let them know that she is good. Like she is good. She did her hustle. Look, you know she do commercials. She do the Lifetime. She over there on the All Black. They got them a whole nother talk show over there on the All Black. She is always hustling for her coin.
Come on now.
She got her wigs. She is always hustling for her coin. And
multiple streams of income.
That's right. She always hustling for her coin.
Who Leo? Because ain't she on that show with Claudia Jordan too?
Well, no, that show was canceled. It's been moved to the All Black. That's the show with her and Sylvia Johnson and another young lady are on that show as well. So you know, she hustling for her coin at all times. And Vivica is saying, "I'm comfortable, I'm paid, and I'm not fitting to get in this mess with y'all." And I'm here for it. Now I understand the argument that she should have supported Taraji and the girls better, but she did not say anything against the argument. I mean, listen to her words. She said, "I respect it. I understand it. I understand the girls are speaking up, and this is the time for them to speak up." The only thing she said is that she good. She ain't saying it's not a problem. She ain't saying it is a problem.
Right.
What she said is the girls can speak up about their experience. That's not my experience, and I'm good.
Boom.
So let me ask this, and I'm gonna leave, and then I have to go.
I'm gonna let you go, Roy. But can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Are you good,
baby? Let me tell you something.
This is messy.
Just answer the question. Are you good?
You see this hair long?
Come on now. Yeah. You good? Come on
good.
now. Whip it back. See, exactly. You good just like Vivica. Go ahead.
So though we are not experiencing something ourselves, if we see someone else experiencing something negative and that's affecting us as a culture, is it not our responsibility to help stand up and to fight for that, right? And change?
Was you on the picket line when the writers the writers was losing money all summer?
Yeah, they just told us it's our responsibility to help majors, didn't they? So come on, Roy, keep going.
Listen,
I just want to, where does the line draw, and then where does it start and where does it end? Because like Candace said, y'all keep moving the line.
Talk to the people, Roy. Talk to them.
I love y'all. I got to go to bed. Bye.
Bye. SD Mac, thank you for the super chat.
Bye, Royale.
The sisterhood. She used to be a pick-me and was very competitive with other Black actresses. Never heard about that about Vid. You better tell the people, SD Mac. I appreciate the super chat. Where am I at? Is
Felicia?
Felicia, you're up.
Hey, I love that she responded to that young sister because she really was asking that question a couple of times of her. So I believe she wanted to let her know, I see you and I heard you. And she figured out a way, I believe, to phrase her response in a way to let her know that I support my sisters. I believe people should speak up. And then if I'm not mistaken, the young woman said, well, what's your experiences been? She says, no, I'm good. And I'm happy for her. She has worked her whole career. Whatever her expenses are, whatever her liabilities, whatever her mortgage, or if it's paid off or whatever, she is good. And I think it's wonderful when someone can get to a point in their life where all their needs are being met. And they're out here. She was looking fabulous.
What did I do?
Okay, her lipstick was matching her shirt. She had on her chinchilla, and she was signing autographs.
Holla.
So I thought her energy was very positive, and I appreciated that she acknowledged that young woman who was asking her those questions. And I thought she did it in a very loving way.
She did.
So
And
I've got no problem with her.
And as a union person, everything ain't everybody ministry, right? So if she comfortable, then let her be comfortable. Let the people who are out here ready to put they dollars and they cents and their livelihood on the line speak on that. But do not expect everybody to step up to the line to the ministry, because everybody ain't about that life. Everybody is not. And I know this from my own real life. Doing this advocacy and standing up for your rights is not everybody thing. And stop holding people.
I agree.
Stop holding everybody to account to your level of advocacy. Everybody ain't built for it. Don't expect everybody to do it in the 100%.
That part, not Peter going to get her for that code. Y'all ain't right. Don't do that to Vivica. Don't do that to Vivica. She good. Listen, let me tell you, you know what's funny? Again, misdirected anger. They mad at Vivica. But how about this? Taraji own co-workers is sick of this narrative. Sick of it. The people from The Color Purple, they're sick of the narrative. Because now everywhere they go, they got to hear about the food, the car, and the infested trailer. Or they was all in the same dressing room. Espoir, thank you for the super chat. Gabby is on it, is in Chain Chaser. She just wants to be mentioned. Maybe Vivica has a better team negotiating her contracts. Come on. And also, Gabby needs the resources. She got to pay half that mortgage over there in her house with her husband. She got to pay half the light bill. She got bills to pay, just like Taraji. And because they negotiated wrong, they mad. Thank you for the super chat. Please don't come for Vivica Wigs.
I cannot. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not on mute. Sorry.
He said, I beat my ex behind with one. LL, the wig and I won. Holla. E, did I come to you? I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. E, did I come to you already?
No, not yet, but I'll make it brief. You mentioned Gabby and her having the bills to pay. You know, Vivica said in her, I agree with Felicia. You know, Vivica said in her response, you know, Vivica tried to phrase it the best way she could. And I'm willing to roll with that, that maybe the I'm good was more so a shot to the interviewer rather than Taraji. However, it's out for consumption now. And because she said in her response, I love when my girls, you know, support one another or come together. Well, not too long, Vivica was in Gabby's position. I seem to remember she got with that football player that wasn't paying any bills at the house. And Vivica was paying all the bills and she had to divorce. So Vivica knows what it's like to pay alimony. Because again, when you get with these Black men who you out earn, that is a dangerous situation. And Phaedra just told us, marrying when your income is at a higher bracket, it's dangerous. And so Taraji is in survival mode. And if the people at The Color Purple are tired of answering questions about the cars and the food and the trailers, well, then guess what? Imagine how she feels talking about it. If you don't want people to air out your dirty laundry on the press tour, they start paying these people for a press tour because they're traveling at their own expense. So you ready to clear that up? Clear her calendar. She ain't being paid anyway. She's not being paid to do the press. Get out of here. See you. I fulfill my contractual obligations.
Thank you, E. Julius, I got to break this down to 60 seconds because we out of time.
Yvette needs to go find Jordy and they need to conversate. Because, look, Auntie Viv says she good. You know, I'm good. She says she's proud of the girls for speaking up. She touched on the question. She answered it. That's it. That's all.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Tay, we got 60 seconds. Yo, wore me out.
Well,
Hey, Tay.
Oh, who's that saying hey Tay?
Nikki, Chanel.
Oh, hi Nikki.
Hey.
Oh, anyway, I agree with E and Julius what they said about Auntie Vivica Fox and told that ain't nobody come see you, Gabrielle. You ain't okay. Nobody come see you. Okay, just stay in your lane. Okay, that's all I gotta say about that.
Stay in your lane, Wayne.
Yeah, I just want to say, when you obtain this notoriety, you become a famous star, so forth and so on, and you obtain the riches and things of this world, for lack of words, you have to choose your battles.
Okay, come on now, choose the battles. Okay, come on now, talk to people.
And Vivica is telling them, hey, I got to choose my battles, and I'm good. Hey, she can support them just by doing what she's doing. Okay, she'll have to jump on the train and say, have to make up something. She tell you, I'm not having the same experience, and I got bills to pay. I got bills to pay. So it's like, hey, it's good for me over here. I'm good. Really, seriously, I'm good. That's why I think she's talking to that girl like, seriously, I'm good. Okay.
Come on now, you better explain to the people how it really went down in that interview, Wayne. You on fire tonight, Wayne. You on fire. Nikki, you wrong.
Do I get 60 seconds or the 120 seconds that Wayne got? I was just
Nikki, you always take yourself in overtime, so go ahead. Even though the people swear up and down that I cut you off, but I sit back like this when you talk, just to prove to the people that I ain't gonna cut you off. Go ahead, baby girl, talk.
So Vivica is a Leo, just like me. So I knew there was a reason I liked her. No, I support Vivica. I think what she said was, I understand this business and how it could be very fragile. One day you have a job, the next day you don't have one for 10 years. So I think she gave a very rehearsed comment. And I think she did the best that she could. I do truly. And I'm glad you played the clip because it did give me more context. Because at first it kind of felt like she was just like, I'm good. Like, I don't care. And that to me felt more like, I don't want to pick a side. I don't want to say the industry's bad. I don't want to say Taraji's bad, because it's only a handful of us that get chosen anyway to, be able to be in these movies like that. So I appreciate her. And I still love Taraji, diva. But no, I appreciate what she said. I think you're caught in between a rock and a hard place. You want to support your people, but you also need to, like Wayne said, get your money. So
yeah, you know what though? Let me tell you this. All jokes aside, I do like Taraji, but for the people, for all of us out in the streets, let's be clear. I said it the other day, and I'll say it too. I'm blue in the face. I don't care if you work at Target, Walmart, corporate America. We're all getting gypped.
Yeah.
Most of us, well, I don't want to say all. There's some out there getting paid, but most of us are getting gypped. You come in, you don't work at 3 other cashier jobs, and you getting $9.50 an hour.
No,
Some
you can say all.
Huh?
You can say all. If we women, you getting gypped. Okay, you can say all.
There you are. So then the other person comes in, they getting $11 and they never hit to touch the cash register before in their life. And every time they count their drawer at the end of the night, their drawer short.
Yep.
And they looking at you, and you like, I was nowhere near that drawer. Why you over here at me? You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that I do expect a little bit more from a person as you get older in age, right? If I'm here at 53, in March I'll be 54, holla, and I'm still talking about woe is me and I don't know nothing. Like, come on now. Hold on a second. What was you doing all your life? I go to the next job. I'm talking about, I didn't know to ask them about 401k, pension, insurance, health insurance to get my teeth clean. After I get the job, I find out everybody else got a sign-on bonus and I didn't. Come on now, I'm 54. What the heck? Like, girl, I didn't know I was supposed to come with a resume. I didn't know that I was supposed to send them a thank you email after. What are we doing here? So you're crying to people who don't have the opportunity where one of your movies, and maybe you're not getting what the other people get, but one of your movies clears anybody else's salary, and you want us to go with your woe is me. Girl, you do a movie and have the rest of the year off to do whatever you want to do, and you can still make big money, but I have to work 365 days a year, get 10 days of PTO. If I call out sick, they want to know when I'm going to get back. I got to do 10 hours, even though I'm getting paid for 8. and you here crying.
And then you got to drive 45 minutes to the job, 45 minutes back.
You better talk, Sharon. You better come on out. Don't put facts in there.
No, but Diva, I would just say this.
I know you are. Give me a minute, Nikki.
Okay.
And Sharon,
can't
and
pee,
driving
you can't eat.
ourselves.
No, let me stop. Sorry.
We driving ourselves. Then we got to go down to the company cafeteria.
Stop.
And pay $20 for lunch, $13 for breakfast.
Y'all this.
$5 to get a cup of a latte. So we only made $75 that 8-hour day at work, and we spent $50.
That's how I feel about Jonathan Majors.
Mm-hmm. I already know what you're thinking. But I just want to say one thing. I think that I get what you're saying, Diva, but I think that there's different types of people in the world. I've always been ambitious. Nobody didn't have to go. I've been working since I was 7 years old as a Girl Scout selling cookies. Okay. So I'm not a person that somebody needs to tell to go figure it out, go do something. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also a person who's always had a voice. Some people have to find their voice. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that Taraji should wait until she's 53 or however old she is to find it. But everybody isn't like you. Everybody isn't like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's going to be people in the world. I know my husband.
I love you.
I'll give you this one example, Diva. But real quick.
Nikki, I'm in overtime. I got 2 more people to go, and you got like 240 seconds.
I'm
and
sorry.
I love you. Yeah. Thank you for the super chat. Your way with words. Thank you so much for the super chat. Vivica comes from a generation of actors who are media trained. Oh, you better holler. You better holler. She knows how to go far, how far to go with what to say and what not to say. Unlike Taraji. Well, you know what? I could really shut the live down right there with your words. I appreciate your super chat. Holla. You done said it right there. Taraji done fire the group, hire the group, fire the group. Where's the real PR people? Vivica comes from a generation of actors that are media trained. And she ended it with, I'm good. I appreciate you. Exactly that part, fire. They told you to drop the mic. Drop the mic. Boom. Shan, please, 60 seconds.
Listen, there's a difference between saying I'm good or I'm good with the attitude. Mm-hmm. She gave a lot of attitude. It was very condescending. I did not like it. If you're good, that's cute, but the wig that you was wearing didn't give me I'm good. You know, it's levels. So I'm happy she's good, but I'd rather just not say no comments because it was very condescending. If you look at her facial expression, her like tone and everything, it wasn't like I unite with the people. It was like, I'm good over here. They better figure it out. Either you go stand with us or against us or whatever. But it was very condescending. The tone, the body language. She didn't say it like Diva said it. She didn't say, I'm good. You know, I hope it works out. I'm good. Girl, my fur coat looked better than that.
In my opinion, I'm exhausted, girl. What's up, boo?
Hey, look, Diva. Okay, I'm for the consensus that you fight for what you believe in. And Vivica says she's believing in that she's good. Ain't nothing wrong with that, people. We got to learn to let people have their opinions, okay? If these people say they're good, they're good. Let's let them go, okay? Relax, relate, release.
Holla. I'm going to end with this feel good story. I have to show this one because I loved it. And maybe it'll bring, maybe I'll be good after we listen to this. Hold on.
Steve Hartman, CBS News, on the road.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful. Hold on one second. SD Max, I appreciate you for the super chat. Notice Viola kept her complaints about the industry general. She never threw mud on Shondaland. Class act. It's a way to do everything. But listen, guys, I cannot. Y'all did. Come on now. Diva, this was the best show ever. Been replaying Nikki show.
Well, damn.
Oh,
Nikki. Oh, Nikki, well.
Nikki. Oh, damn. Nikki done hung up. Oh, my God. I was about to get her words of encouragement.
Good night, y'all. If you didn't hit the like button coming in, hit the like button going out. I appreciate y'all. Tonight, was a
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Do not cheat the diva.
Good night.